I don't go back and forth with a bitch, she can have it. I'm a firstborn fucker.
Hey, what's up guys, and this is What If Naruto had to run out. Sorry for not continuing What If Naruto had the Nine Tails. Sorry, I just don't feel like it would have worked, honestly, because I didn't honestly like it how it was going already, and it was just the first part, so I didn't expect it to go well. So, let's get on with this. We start this part off with Naruto being born. So we see Naruto, he's born, and then like 20 minutes later his little sister comes out, and he wasn't supposed to have a little sister. They didn't know he was gonna have a little sister. So basically, like 2 minutes after Naruto's little sister is born, his little brother is born, and Naruto was the actual only one that came out with whiskers. So Kushina doesn't like Naruto already, thinking that he's the reincarnation of Kurama or something. Thinking he's the reincarnation of the Demon Fox, also known as the Nine Tails. So she tries to kill Naruto with the last strength that she has, but before she was able to, Manito saved Naruto, and then Kushina, he asks Kushina why did she try to kill Naruto, and then she tells him why, and then he looks down, actually seeing the whisker marks on Naruto, this being the first time him actually noticing this. So yeah, he was gonna let her continue until she passed out because she was all out of energy, especially after just giving birth. So this, like a couple of minutes later, she wakes up and Obito comes and takes all three of the kids, and then Minato gets them all three, and they find out that there was paper bombs on them, and Kushina blames Naruto and yells at Minato, "See, it's all his fault. If he wasn't here, he wouldn't have put paper bombs on their children, on her dear babies." So Minato, he's kind of starting to think like how she is, because Naruto was the first one to get captured. So Kushina gets taken away, and basically the same events goes as in canon, except for Manito using a different seal, sort of with the same power, just a little weaker. Cause this will allow him to live, and he'll seal all of the soul and 50% of the chakra in Naruto, 10% of the chakra in Mito, which is his sister's name, 10% of the chakra in Menma, which is his brother's name, and 15% of the chakra in, no, not 15%. Then he'll put 30% of the chakra in Kushina so she can live. And then they pass out. Kushina was already passed out. Manito passes out. It doesn't actually kill him because he didn't use the Reaper Death Seal. So we're gonna say when Nagato used the the one statue that he used to kill Hanzo after making him kill Yagito. He uses that, and he used it for longer, and it was more and it was more stronger, which drained him more. So he was gonna die way quicker than he was supposed to in the original, and he's supposed to die in like about a month. So he runs past this scene and sees Naruto has the hugest amount of chocolate there, even though being a baby. So he gets Konan to transplant his eyes into Naruto, and then Naruto basically becomes the one with the rinnegan. And we skip like 4 years, and it's Naruto's birthday. It's Mima and Mikoto's too, but he was forced to go outside, and basically now before this, the villagers never really chased him, thinking that he's way too young and they could actually kill him, and thinking if they kill him, the Nine Tails might come out and kill them. And the villagers go on to chase Naruto down, and hurt him really badly. At first, he only got like really long, like layers with bloodlust behind him, but now he's getting beat. Someone pulls out a kunai and stabs him in the leg, and one Toonie comes and actually uses a really weak fire style jutsu. Basically, he just burns Naruto's finger, his shoulder, and some of his clothes. And when he gets home, he tells Kushina what happened to him. Her not believing him, but seeing the clothes, and actually starts to believe him. But she doesn't care because she hates Naruto with a passion. So she tells Naruto to stop lying, and she smacks him with the pan that she has on him, because she was cooking, and then she was gonna start cooking, and then she smacks him with the pan and tells him to go to his room. And basically, Naruto's room in this is the basement. It has no lights. There's no bed. He actually sleeps on the floor of the basement. I know Kushina probably wouldn't do this in the original, but yeah, it's my order, so she's gonna be different. So yeah, Naruto, he goes to the basement, and they leave later that day to basically apply all the kids for the academy. Kushina playing Naruto because hoping he'll die in one of the tests or something. But then he sees how Mikoto and Menma gets praised, and how he is hated by literally everyone in the village. And so he starts crying, and after they get back home, he asks for some food, and then they tell him, and then after he pokes out of his room and asks for some food, and basically he just sees Manito flying right in front of him and kick him down the stairs. So I know you're probably tired of me saying so, but it's just the first word that comes to me when I'm stuck. So sorry. Basically, he go down to the spot. Well, he has like some homemade cover that he made from like theme. I don't know. Yeah, but Basically, he got his own cover that he made personally. We're gonna say that it's like he, it's like a thing that he got from his rinnegan, and they're also like making sure that there's no windows to Naruto's room, cause like I ain't gonna make the rinnegan be able to disappear in this one. He's just not gonna be. They're just gonna make sure there's no windows in his room or the basement, so he can't see any training. Knowing what with the rinnegan basically in evolved form, the Eternal Mangekyo, he can easily copy it. Anything that he sees them teach Mima and Mikito. So they make sure he can't see anything when they're training. So he goes downstairs, starts crying, and he goes to sleep. Basically, the next day, it is going to be the academy the next day. So Naruto, he goes to sleep. And once, like, when he, no, it's going to be 3 days before the academy. When they signed in, it was 3 days before the academy. And now, Naruto, he wakes up hearing Jiraiya and Tsunade, and he knows who they are because they always come over and talk trash on him and stuff, and call him a demon. So yeah, he's gone. And Nagato, actually we're gonna say it was a couple of years before he died, but he knew he was gonna get exponentially weaker through that time period. So he gave he gave the Rinnegan to Naruto. And this is the year, like this is 3 months before he's gonna die. And basically, they tell Naruto, well, they tell Kushina and Minito that Minla and Mito are child of prophecy. And the Toad Sage, the old man Toad, the old Toad, I don't know what his name was, but he didn't specifically tell he didn't specifically tell Jiraiya this. He told Jiraiya that the child of prophecy is one of your um students kids. So Naruto, he goes up from the his room, like right by the last stair, and asks if he can get some food now. And Jiraiya says, "What does the demon brat doing here? Why haven't you got rid of him yet? I thought I taught you better than that, Minito." And then Minito, in his defense, says, "I have no other choice. It's not like anybody else will take him in." And then Jiraiya responds with kick him out there. And then he walks over to Naruto and kicks him in the face. And Tsunade punches him in the face. And Kushina hits him with a pan again. And Minito hits him with a light version of Rasengan. So it's not going to hurt as bad as regular Rasengan because it's going to be 10 times less chakra in it. So Naruto, he decides that he's going to leave. And Naruto, that night, he makes sure everybody sleep in the door. He made sure the door from going inside the house and in his room wasn't open, wasn't closed, but wasn't all the way open. So he could just walk out without making that many sounds. So he goes towards he dips, like he was running as fast as he can, and then he's basically gonna be in like a training ground. So in this training ground, Naruto will find Nagato, and basically Nagato was running around trying to find where the person was that he gave his rinnegan to. Then him seeing Naruto with the rinnegan, he hugs Naruto when he sees him, and then Naruto asks who is he, and asks him not to hurt him. And then Nagato looks confused, thinking, why would the kid think he's gonna hurt him? And then Naruto tells him his whole backstory. And then Nagato, he gets really mad because him thinking that he was the fourth son, thinking that Naruto was gonna have happier life than he did, then finding out that his life may have been even sadder than his. And the villagers have been beating him up frequently, and like it's not just was that one time. It only got worse from that time. So yeah. So that's also piling up on the things he have to go deal with at home. And Minma and Mito hate him too, but just because that parents do, and them wanting to make their parents happy, but them not actually knowing how their parents beat Naruto, and they do beat Naruto. So like basically, what the villagers do, he basically feels at home, but lighter, not as hard as the villagers, because Kushina and Naruto, or Kushina and Minito know that they can get in big trouble if those bruises and cuts actually get like stay because it's too deep or something. So yeah, basically they are just as bad as the villagers when it comes to beating Naruto. So yeah, Naruto's gonna really hate them like with a passion. Unlike in canon where he admires them for it, but he's gonna actually Nagato gonna tell him what all that happened and what those eyes are that he has. And Naruto, he's gonna be so happy knowing that he has a power that he can now use to protect himself. Nagato tells him that he could help him train with those eyes for 3 months. And actually, it's 3 months before the academy starts. No, 4 months. 4 months before the academy starts. Oh, sorry, y'all. So, for the next 3 months, Nagato has been teaching Naruto chakra control, basic chakra control, like the water walking and tree walking, and his abilities on the rinnegan. Most the abilities that he has are the abilities that he learned from the rinnegan from Nagato are Almighty Push, Almighty Pull. I don't know if that's the actual name, but that's what I'm gonna call it because I don't actually know what the actual name was. I just know it was about plink someone from like really far distances all the way back to you. So Almighty Pull, Almighty Push, Animal Path, the path that allows you to summon basically anything. You can just summon it. It don't matter if you have a contract with it or anything, and it's gonna have the rinnegan in it and planetary devastation. And it's not gonna be really big planetary devastation right now because it's only gonna be good because he's a little kid, so he's only gonna be how old? 7 years old when the 4 months is over. It's only been 3 months for now. So, and now Nagato's dead, unfortunately. So he's only gonna be 7 years old for now, and so that's why his planetary devastation is gonna be pretty small. But besides that, he learned. Those are the abilities he's learned for now, and he's learned how to pull out the chakra stick things. Yeah, he learned how to do that. Also, don't know what those are called, but he knows how to do them. So now Nagato dies, and Naruto's actually the one to give him to bury him, knowing that nobody else really knew about Nagato, thinking that they wouldn't actually bury him even if they did know him, because they knowing that he would have been a part of the Akatsuki, so they would have probably tried to burn him instead of bury him. So Naruto, he visits his grave every day. And then he goes back to the training ground, training on his rinnegan abilities, because those are the only jutsus that he knows. So, and it will be an Ino ship. Oh no, I'm not gonna hold you. It will be an Ino ship. So, Naruto, he's gonna look a little different in this, actually. He's not gonna wear that, old, bright ninja suit. He's gonna wear a, black, he's gonna be wearing a black suit and tie, and Naruto will actually be the first one to ever make a suit and tie, because no, this is in the past, so they didn't really have suit and ties with Naruto, so he'll be the first one to ever wear one, and he'll wear some like tie that a businessman will wear, and a suit, and pants that would go with the suit too. Basically, if you went to like an interview, and basically something that your boss will have on at an interview. So, oh my god, I'm so sorry. And yeah, basically that would be his fit with some black shinobi shoes. So, actually, he wouldn't have black shinobi shoes. He would have a vest on. I mean, not a vest on. He would have a. I know it's not a vest. He would have, shoes you would, nah, I don't know how to, basically some church shoes, so like some shoes that you would wear to church if you were being formal when you were going to church, for formal shoes. So, he would go to the training ground again, practicing his jutsu. Actually, and his hair will be different. He won't have bright yellow hair. He would dye his hair after seeing how most of his family had hair like that. Like, Mima's hair was like that, Manito's hair was like that, and Mikoto and Kushina's hair was red. So yeah, he would dye his hair white, seeing how everybody in his family's hair was yellow or red. So he really despises his family, so he didn't want to be anything like them or mistaken to be any one of them when he grows up. So, or anybody to think that he looks like one of them when he grows up. So he dyes his hair white, and yeah, that would be his fit for probably the whole entire series. Honestly, I think yeah, I'll make that his fit for the whole entire series, cause yeah, it just seems like a good fit for Naruto. So that would be Naruto's fit. Okay. Sorry, I need to sneeze, but it won't come out. Has that ever happened to you? Put that down in the comments if that's ever happened to you. Like you need to sneeze, but it won't come out. And you're just waiting to sneeze for like so long. But you can't. So stuff. So yeah, Naruto, he's at the training grounds, and this is red hair, and this is white hair. Tuxedo Naruto? No, not tuxedo. Yeah, I think that's what it's called. Naruto with a suit on. You'll be able to see it, a picture of Naruto. You're seeing the picture anyway, so it really doesn't matter. As long as you know what it looks like. And I'm pretty sure you're gonna see the picture. So we see Naruto and he's walking up to the training grounds, and then he sees somebody. It's this guy with white hair, and he has a mask on. So Naruto walks over to him, and Kakashi gets scared at first and points a kunai at Naruto, thinking that it's a enemy. And then Naruto says, he's told him that he's sorry for sneaking up on him like that. He was just walking around for the start of his training. And then Kakashi actually knowing this is Naruto, asks him where's his parents. And Naruto says he doesn't have any parents. His parents abandoned, well, he abandoned his parents when he was 6 years old. So Kakashi asks him why, and he basically explains all of his backstory, like how literally everything, except actually he tells him about Nagato too. So he knows about Nagato. He knows about how Kushina and Minato are terrible people, and he starts thinking on how he used to admire Minato, but now knowing what Minato did to this kid and how he traumatized this kid and how he tortured this kid for no reason, just because he had whisk marks on his face. So actually, we're gonna say he didn't dye his hair. His hair turned white from all the beatings and the stress that he was going through when it came to being in the village. So that's how Naruto's hair became white. He didn't choose to turn it like that. And that happened at an actual younger age than 6, when he was actually still at his house when living with Minato and Kushina. His hair turned white after all the stress that he went through. So, because Kakashi offered Naruto, like, living with him, and Naruto was actually surprised that he would do that, knowing that he was actually the 4th student, aka his dad, but he doesn't claim he doesn't claim him as his dad anymore after what he did to him. So he accepts, thinking that Kakashi will actually be nice to him and not be like his dad. So Kakashi and no, not Kakashi. Naruto, he goes up to the Hokage's office. The Hokage said, "What are you doing here, demon? Don't make me kill you." And then Naruto says, "Just sign these papers. You, just sign these papers. You, you abomination." And then Benito is confused on what he means by abomination, but he just signs the papers because he doesn't want to see Naruto. And then Naruto says, "Thanks. I'm finna go see my dad now." And then he's really confused because, like, he doesn't know what. He starts to question what those papers were that he just signed. Those papers were adoption forms from Kakashi, signed by Kakashi. Kakashi's adopting Naruto. And he says, "But your dad's right here, you idiot." And Naruto's head gives him the papers. And then quickly, actually, Naruto, he knows the body flicker too. And then Benito reads the papers with with his mouth to the ground, thinking of how smart Naruto is at just the age of 7, but still thinking that Mikoto and Nemo were smarter than him and could easily beat him in a fight anyways. So Naruto takes the papers and body flickers to Kakashi, and they start living together. And basically, it's this next month, and through this month, Naruto has found out that his chakra natures are, for now, all of them. That's his chakra natures for now. I might give him a couple of Kekkei Genkai, because, with all the chakra natures, he can probably get some Kekkei Genkai with those, like Ice Star or Lava Star or something. But for now, he's just gonna have all 5. So, since the rinnegan being able to basically do what the Sharingan does, and copy jutsus, he would have an overwhelming amount of jutsus, and this is gonna be a very OP Naruto, if you didn't know. So, basically, the 3 jutsus that Naruto learns are Fire Style, Fire Dragon Jutsu, Water Style, Water Dragon Jutsu, and Wind Style, Vacuum Wind Bullet. And if you're wondering how he got all 5 chakra natures, because that's one of the abilities of the Rinnegan, being granted all 5 chakra natures. So basically, he would get the ability. He got that ability. That's where he got all 5 chakra natures from. And yeah. Now, with all those jutsus being learned within the span of 1 month, he goes to the academy. And at the academy, this is the first day of the academy, and Naruto, he learns already that the academy is not gonna be doing anything for him. And I forgot about this jutsu. He knows the Shadow Clone jutsu. And yeah, basically, he got those jutsus. Oh my god. So he has those jutsus, and the first day on the academy, he already learns within the first few seconds of the learning that the academy is not gonna do anything for him, and he's not gonna get anything from the academy. And he already knows the secret of Shadow Clones, cause he lives with the Kakashi. So when Kakashi figured it out, he automatically told Naruto, knowing that Naruto is the person he knows that can make the only person he knows that can make about 100 Shadow Clones a day. So, 1,000 Shadow Clones without even being any sorts of tired. So he tells him firstly out of anybody because that will only make sense, you know, him being the strongest Shadow Clone user in the books. So now they have free time because they have free time, and he is just sitting on like the swing, and basically he's not gonna bother anybody like he did in canon, but everybody's still gonna hate him. But not every kid, because not every kid was told by their parents that he was a demon. So because a lot of people were scared of Naruto, knowing that he had the rinnegan and that those were basically the goddesses, the God's Eye, what they call God's Eye, Sage of Six Paths Eye, which also could be known as God in their world. In my opinion, that's basically what they consider him. So basically, he hears someone beside him asking him if he want to be friends, and Naruto looks over and it's Ino. Ino is the one who asked him to be friends, and Naruto, he says yes. Basically, with Naruto having his first friend, we're gonna skip like 3 months in the academy, and him and Ino were really close until like a month ago, where Ino just stopped talking to him and started being a popular one and stopped talking to Naruto all out. Stopped talking to him because basically her parents saw her talking to him one day and told him that don't talk to that boy, he's a demon. So, he doesn't talk to Naruto no more. And they basically, he tries to walk up to Naruto and Sakura comes in the way. No, he tries to walk up to Ino and Sakura comes in the way, talking about stay away from my friend. She doesn't want to be around a demon like you. So, this makes Naruto cry. Starts crying, and then he runs to Kakashi's. And this is his birthday, we're gonna say. So, yeah, this is gonna be his birthday. And he gets home, and the lights are off. Him thinking that something happened, quickly runs in the house and yells out Kakashi's name. And he sees Kakashi with a birthday cake, and basically he left a Shadow Clone there, knowing that if he just left, he would probably get in really big trouble. So he left the Shadow Clone there, obviously, and Kakashi wasn't ready for Naruto to come back like this. That's why he wasn't prepared, like you would probably expect him to be. But he says happy birthday to Naruto, asks him why he's here so early, and he basically tells Kakashi everything, and how his only friend didn't want to talk to him anymore, and how he low-key had a crush on her, but now she doesn't want anything to do with him, according to Sakura's words. So he gives Naruto some cake, and he gives Naruto a present. Naruto opens it, and it's a mask, just like Kakashi's. He puts it on and says, thanks, Dad. And he did not. Kakashi's surprised because this is the first time Naruto's actually called him Dad before. So he says you're welcome. And now Naruto, he's gonna wear a mask from then on. And he still has the white hair, don't forget. So, and he still has a suit on. He's been wearing his suit for about 3 months. This is when he started wearing his suit. 3 months. And so, basically, the academy passes, and Naruto's been learning a couple of jutsus. Not too many revolving around. Not any revolving around the rinnegan, but he's learned fire style, phoenix style jutsu, and also learning water style water dragon. No, not water style water dragon, water style water shark, and learning wind style wind formation. And basically, this jutsu allows you to create anything out of air, chocolate. Basically, any weapon, not guns, because you need way more than just one for guns. But basically, you'll be able to use that. And basically, the first two lightning jutsus will be lightning style. And how he'll be able to use this, because as we know in canon, Rinnegan is an evolved form of Eternal Mangekyo Sharingan. So all he really basically has all the properties of an original Sharingan. So I feel like he'll be able to do this. Anybody will be able to, whatever Rinnegan will be able to do this. And second jutsu, lightning style, would be lightning style lightning cloak. And basically, those would be the only jutsus that he's been running, more focused on the gaining, being more focused on his mental paralysis. Yeah, like I was saying, more focused on his whatever, I don't even know. More focused on his smarts, you can say. So he would be more focused on getting sharper, like more intelligent, because he's been lacking on that. So he's been focusing on that more. And Naruto, we will come to the final part of the exam, and basically they would do all the tests. They would do the writing test. Naruto would get second place on that. Only second to Shikamaru, of course. He would get first place on the physical exam, first place on the clone exam, knowing Shaokun Jutsu, and then they would do some spars. And he would go against Sasuke, and all of the girls going for Sasuke, except for a couple more, like Hinata, which wouldn't be saved by Naruto in this, because when Hinata was getting saved, Naruto was was meeting Nagato, so she would actually get saved by someone else, like Shino. So no, that but she was still not friends with him, not friends with him, because she admired how cool and how confident Naruto was, and this made her more confident herself. Unlike canon her, which I feel stopped her from being more confident because of Naruto, because she was always more focused on Naruto. In my opinion, that's why she wasn't really that confident in herself. That's just my opinion, though. But yeah, she would not like Naruto. She would be more into Shino than anything. But yeah. So Naruto, he's gonna be faced up against Sasuke, Minma, and Nagato. So this is because the Hokage forced this match. Like, it was no choice. He forced this match to happen because he really wanted to see Naruto lose and wanted to see his kids completely clap Naruto instead of him just passing like any regular Guinea. But he will at least give him a chance of passing. He thinks that that's fair, that he'll even give him a chance of passing after what he did to Belief. So now they start their fight, and Naruto, he says that they're all weak and how he's gonna make this fun to watch. So Naruto, first thing he does is he charges at Sasuke, and with Sasuke not even being able to see Naruto, gets his head. Naruto grabs his head, and dang, yeah, Naruto grabs his head and ends up just smashing it into the ground, make sure that he wasn't Sasuke didn't get that much, and Mikito come in behind him with a Rasengan, and he almost pushed her away. And then before Menma was able to use Flying Grinding, he almost pulled Menma and just threw him. No, didn't throw, and then threw him into his sister that was also still flying in the air as he's doing all this. And everybody's in awe how powerful Naruto is and thinking how he even got that strong. And Sasuke's thinking that he should have had those eyes instead of Naruto. Because Naruto's just a worthless demon and a loser. Even though he had better grades than anybody in the school, even Shikamaru, but not like better grades overall, not just smart. Shikamaru. But Sasuke was mad jealous of Naruto, so he gets back up after being down for like a couple of seconds. He wasn't down for that long. And then he charges at Naruto, and Naruto just kicks him in the face. Grabs him before he can fall down completely, and before he drops him, he throws him up in the sky, and when he was finna fall down on Naruto, he yells almighty push and pushes him up even higher up in the ground, higher up, and now Sasuke is flying in the sky, and he's flying up in the sky until Naruto body flickers behind him, and when he body flickers behind him, Naruto, he does a couple of anti and use use vacuum wind bullet, and he hits Sasuke on both of his shoulders, paralyzing him for the time being, paralyzing his arms. Then Sasuke passes out and hit the ground really hard. And now that Sasuke hit the ground, he's passed out, and Iruka takes him to the hospital knowing that Naruto just hit him in 2 vital points that paralyzed him and that he needs medical help. And then Mikito and Menma are making a plan, so they both get some kunais out and throw like in a whole bunch of different directions, and then yell multi-kunai shadow clone, and basically there's like over 1,000 shuriken flying at Naruto. Him knowing that he's not gonna be able to dodge all of them, and knowing that they're flying Raijin kunai, that he's definitely not gonna be able to handle the amount of ways that they can come from, and not gonna be able to predict that much. So he flies up in the air for a second, floating for a second, only for a little second, and some pass from behind him and are just basically going by under him, and then some come from above him, and then he sees Miko and Mema just teleporting from kunai, and this is where they get a little close to him with a Rasengan, and he yells, "Almighty push!" And this is a really big Almighty push, so they go flying, and he does a lot of damage, and they pass out. And before he passes out, before actually Mikoto passes out, and Mema doesn't for now, until Naruto yells his Almighty pull towards Menma, and Menma goes flying towards Naruto, and now he's right in front of Naruto's face. Naruto, he takes out a chakra. No, he doesn't take out a chakra. Whatever. He holds him. He does the same thing he did with Sasuke, just got the almighty push and throws him up in the air, and yeah, animal pack. And he summons a big frog, and well, it's not a big one, it's a pretty decent size one, and it jumps on all the way above Menma, and then lands on him, and they go crashing down to the ground. And Menma, he's passed out in the long, literally sleep for a couple of days. And so they all passed though, cause him Luca not knowing how strong Sasuke really was, because he was taken out first pretty quickly, but knowing that Sasuke got some skill, or has to have some skill because he's in a Uchiha Elite. I feel like the only reason he calls himself an Uchiha Elite, because he knows every other Uchiha's dead, so he gotta be a Uchiha Elite, because like, who else is gonna be a Uchiha Elite, except for Itachi? He's not even in the village. So yeah, he has to be a Uchiha Elite. But yeah, we're gonna thinking that Sasuke's an Uchiha Elite. He lets him pass, and then all the other ones pass. Naruto being Rookie of the Year, Sasuke being Sasuke being second, yeah. Sasuke being second, Menma being third, Mikoto being fourth, and then yeah, it goes on. And basically, they are a trio. Sasuke, Menma, and Mikoto are friends. They're best friends, and they're trio, and they think they're better than everyone. That's why they're a trio, because they share their superiority complexes, and them actually knowing how strong each other is, quote unquote strong, because they're pretty weak compared to Naruto at this point. Naruto didn't even use his full power in that fight. If he used his full power, he probably would have destroyed the whole entire academy. And now his planetary devastation is pretty fat. Like, it's pretty fat, so yeah. He basically, nobody actually goes stole ceiling for what's his name? The person we all hate. Mitsuki? No, not Mitsuki. He's in Boruto. Mizuki? Yeah, I'm pretty sure his name is Mizuki. And Naruto, after hearing that he stole the scroll ceiling, charges that, finds bodily flickers to Mizuki and shouts Chidori and stabs Mizuki through the heart. There is no more Mizuki. He won't come back in Shippuden trying to kill Ruka and Naruto. He's gone. he's gone. Yeah, y'all remember that filler episode Musically came back thinking he was big, and then it was dropped. Yeah, but yeah, he was dropped quick in this. He was killed with ease by Naruto. Him thinking that he was going to be able to kill Naruto because he was a Chunin, even though Naruto's high Jonin level at this rate. Which he doesn't know that, so don't blame him. Well, yeah. So, with Naruto, killing Mitsuki, he leaves Aruka to find the body, and Aruka just sees his friend dead. With him seeing him with the skull ceiling, knowing that he had to try to betray him, and some high-rank Jonin came and killed Mitsuki. So, he's pretty sad about it, knowing that his friend was a snake and never really cared about him, honestly. So, yeah, they announced the team, and the team would be Team 7. This being requested by my guy, well, not in this one, but regularly my guy, Manito, Minma, Sasuke, Mikoto, and knowing how powerful Naruto is, even though he doesn't want to admit it, he puts Naruto on this team, and he calls this team not Team 7, but the Elite, Assault Force? No, yeah, Assault Team of Konoha. Yeah, they're called the Assault Team. So, basically, this, and then the rest of the teams will be, the same, but, not being, except for Team 7, no, Team Guy would have Sakura on it, because I want her to feel bad about herself. I feel like if she was on Team Guy, she would realize how useless she is, while having some of the strongest Gideon besides Tenten on her team. So, yeah, that's basically gonna be the deal. So, they will find out that their team leader is Kakashi, and so, yeah, they'll end up on Team Kakashi, and Naruto, with him finding out that he's gonna be on his dad's team, he's gonna be happy, but knowing that Kakashi's gonna be late, he's gonna set up a trap, that will basically be a seal once the door is open. A lightning fast, lightning fast speed kunai would be flying at the person who opens the door. So he tells, like, we're gonna say a jutsu being used only with the rinnegan allows him to talk to people that he has a seal on, like a special seal that allows him to talk to somebody whenever. Basically like a phone, but I don't want to say he has a phone because that will probably change up most of Naruto. Basically the whole thing. And I don't want to do that. So, yeah. He tells Kakashi to walk into the classroom with his Sharingan active while using his Sharingan. Kakashi's confused, but he knows something's probably good. Sasuke or one of his other teammates are probably going to try to do something. He's just warning him. But little does he know, it's his son himself. So, like, hours later, Kakashi shows up, and he just sees a lightning fast kunai just coming straight for him. Straight at his heart, actually. And Kakashi asks, who the heck did that? And they didn't know what it was. They just thought that Naruto was making some weird prank setup. But them noticing what came out of this mark that he made on there, are so surprised, but they point right directly at Naruto, just so and ratting him out too quick because they don't want to get in trouble and they hate Naruto, hoping that he gets kicked off the game. And the Assault Squad thinking, even though they were whooped by him, thinking that he's too weak to be on the Assault Squad, but so they want him kicked off immediately. And Kakashi was like, "Of course it was my son. Of course my son will be the one who tries to kill me one day." And Naruto said, "Well, that's what you get for being late." And they would be so confused, like they would be asking so many questions, especially Menma and Mito knowing that that's their brother, even though they don't claim him as a brother. That's their brother, so them asking Kakashi how are they even related, and also says that why only family members know about his business, and then them saying that they're he as much as they don't like it, he's their brother, and Naruto basically not even really caring like that, just tells them what the whole story about how he was adopted by Kakashi. Them not caring as much as you would think they would because they don't care about Naruto. And they're as happy as they could be, honestly, knowing that Naruto's not part of their family. And that he doesn't have the same last name as them. So, they go up to the roof, and Naruto getting there faster than even Kakashi did. They would demand Naruto to tell them how he got up here so fast, and him saying that he doesn't have to tell them anything. Spoiled brats think they can get whatever they want because they're the fourth Hokage's son and the quote-unquote child of prophecy. And Naruto, him actually getting the toad summoning just in case he was out of chakra for the animal path, knowing that animal path takes more chakra, finding out that he was the actual child of prophecy and that Jiraiya was never actually specifically told by him, told that he was that they were the child of prophecy. Actually, Jiraiya being scolded on this by the toad because he just put false hope in some kids, making them think that they're all powerful, and they're probably gonna get their souls killed on some mission, thinking that they're the child of prophecy. And he would try to tell this to Manito and the kids, but they would think he's just kidding and playing too much. So they still think that they're the child of prophecy. And Jiraiya trying to have a better relationship with his godson now, but Naruto actually forgiving Jiraiya. Y'all actually thought I was gonna make Jiraiya bad to Naruto on this. Jiraiya's my god, why would I do that? But you're so weird. And basically, him and Jiraiya are really close now. So he doesn't hate Jiraiya, and they're actually really close when it comes to anybody in his family, because he usually would basically wish death on anybody in his family, usually in his original family, not like Kakashi. But yeah, he hates everybody in his family besides Kakashi and Jiraiya now. So yeah, he tells them how they're not even the child of prophecy, that they're idiots, and how he hopes they die at one of these missions. And basically, they told him their goals, likes, and dislikes. Naruto's likes are, he says, his dad, and his dislikes are his whole entire family besides his godfather and his dad, his dad that he lives with, and ramen, and no, not ramen, and the Uchiha Sasuke and everyone in the academy except for one person. And he would actually still like Ito, but he wouldn't like be more open about it, like as he was before. Like before, he would make it a little bit obvious, but not at the same time. But now he basically acts like he never knew who Ito was. So basically, as he likes, he says, and no, as his goal, he says, he hopes that he can reunite and find with some special person, that being Eno, and find out why they started hating him. Well, not really reunite, but find out why they started hating him. But he still just says, find out why a special person started hating him. So Naruto basically goes and says that he hopes to be stronger than literally everybody in his family, including his dad and his godfather. And them Sasuke, no, not Sasuke, Sakura. Manla and Mikoto interrupting him, telling him that he will never be stronger than they are. Him telling them to shut up or he's gonna kill them. Actually pouring out a lot of bloodlust. Them actually stopping. So this video is way longer than I expected it to be, but it is good. I'm just trying to get to the point, to the end, which is coming soon. So they all stop talking until it gets to their turn, and they said their likes are training with their dad, their mom, their family besides the demon, and Sasuke training with their friend Sasuke. Basically ramen, a lot of other stuff, but basically they say that they hate Naruto, that they hate the demon Naruto. They hate him being originally a part of their family, and how they hate basically him being his existence and him being alive. So this will really make not Naruto or Sasuke. This will really make Kakashi angry, just seeing how they're just dissing on his son, and how this team will have no teamwork whatsoever, but he'll still have to pass them, seeing how they're the assault squad of Konoha, and how they're gonna pass you away because they're the special assault squad, and how he doesn't want to fail his son, knowing that his son is Jonin rank. Not him favoritizing, because I don't feel like that would be the type of person Kakashi would be, even if to a son, because he just doesn't want to fail Naruto, knowing that Naruto is Jonin rank, and if he failed a Jonin in a gaining test, then he will basically be wasting military power for the leaf. And Sasuke says his original, except for his likes, it was his friend Mikoto and Menma and training. That's what he says for his likes. And then the rest is the same. And Menma is basically the same as his sisters. They're both was the exact same, and they both said they wanted to be a Hokage too. So, then Kakashi says, seems like I'll only get along with one person on this team, because the rest of you guys are idiots. And him obviously talking about his son. Naruto starts laughing like he's dying, knowing that he's talking about him, but he's laughing. He's laughing so hard. So that will be the end right there. After Naruto, of course, Kakashi tells him about the bell test and everything, how not to eat. So that will be the end. Make sure you come, push the notification bell, subscribe, and like the video. Peace.